Oh Lord, help me, Jesus.
I'm a man after God on heart.
Yeah. I'm just a man.
Even when I'm torn apart, I cry in the dark and dance in the light. Through every trial I fight, I still fight a good fight. I'm a man after God on the heart, even when the world is falling apart. I lift my voice like a David heart, and I'm chasing the grace, and I'm setting apart. Even when the world is falling apart, I'm lifting up my voice like a David heart, and I'm chasing grace. I'm set apart, starting as a shepherd with the same shot in the hand. Facing lion, bears like. I got this man anointed as a king, but I still stayed low. Wasn't chasing the throne. I'm just a man after God on heart. I was chasing so hard, full of songs, tears on the scroll, playing on the stir when the thunder rolled, dancing on my robe. When His glory came and no shame in the praise of just a holy flame, I messed up bad, I felt that shame. But I ran to God and not from the blame, and said, created me a clean heart. Lord, don't take your spirit. I'm hitting the floor. I'm just a man. I'm weeping in the cave. I'm marching to the war. I'm crying on the throne. I asked for more. My heart ain't perfect, but it's open wide, Lord. And I'm chasing after God until the day I die. Man after God on enemy around me, but they won't be moving. God, it is my rock, and I'm a living proof, y'all. Wrote it in my life, a melody. I'm just a man after God. My faith is singing, throne of the truth, and no time for hate. Mercy and justice is walking by my side, as He promised in my battle cry. A king, a poet, a solid soul, with my heart for God, that's my goal. I'm a man of God on His heart, through every tears, every sky. Even when I'm torn apart, I cried in the dark and danced. I praise Him. I grow, but I never stop calling His throne. I'm just a man after God on heart. Even when I'm torn apart, I cried in the dark and danced and singing. I'm a worship, a fight, a serve, a king. Just a man after God on the heart.
What does it mean to be a person after God's own heart? It's not about perfection or never messing up. David in the Bible made huge mistakes, yet God called him a man after His own heart, because David always turned back to God. It's about the chase, the desire to please God even when you stumble. Meet Robert, a regular guy facing everyday giants' doubt, loneliness, feeling not good enough. Robert's story reminds us, you don't have to have it all together to be loved by God. The real question is, are you running from God or limping toward Him? His journey is full of twists, mistakes, and moments of hope. Through it all, a melody of hope played in the background, a gift from his grandmother. Let's walk with Robert, see his highs and lows, and discover that God's love is a rescue rope, not a reward. This is the messy, beautiful dance of chasing God's heart.
My journey with God started with music, my grandmother's piano, old hymns, and her words. Every note is a prayer. As a teen, life got louder. The simple faith of childhood faded as doubts crept in. I drifted from the music and the faith that once felt so real. Church felt empty. I wondered if God cared about someone like me. Even surrounded by friends, I felt alone, disconnected from the melody of my youth.
As an adult, Robert built a life, but inside he felt empty, like an instrument locked away, silent. He'd pass his old church and feel a longing for something lost. The memory of his grandmother's hands on the keys haunted him, a song he'd forgotten how to play. He was lost, not even sure how to ask for directions home. The music and God felt far away.
My lowest point came in a cold winter, jobless, alone, and drowning in regret. I pushed people away, made mistakes, and felt like a failure in God's eyes. I avoided anything to do with faith, convinced I didn't belong in church anymore. The distance between me and God felt uncrossable. I filled the emptiness with things that only left me emptier. Each morning brought regret. I was running on a treadmill, going nowhere. This was my wilderness, a place where I couldn't hear God's voice. One afternoon at rock bottom, I remembered my grandmother's words, "Every note is a prayer." A single tear fell, a silent, desperate cry for help. It wasn't words, but it was a prayer of the heart. That tear was the start of change, a tiny crack of light in my darkness. The next day, I wandered into a soup kitchen just to do something outside myself. I started washing dishes, simple, humble work. As I served, I saw kindness, laughter, and broken people helping each other. In their faces, I saw God's love, more real than any sermon. Serving others, I was slowly serving God again. One day I found an old piano in the corner. On a whim, I played a hymn from childhood. The notes were imperfect, but it was a start. My prayer, finding its voice. I began playing at the soup kitchen every week, sharing the music my grandmother taught me. In giving my music away, I found it again for myself.
Robert, you're connecting with people, sharing your soul and feeling God's presence in a new way.
I wasn't just chasing God's heart, I was sharing it.
Robert's journey is about forgiveness, especially forgiving ourselves. He thought his mistakes disqualified him from God's love, but God meets us in our mess. Robert's scars became part of his story, a testament to grace. The path to God's heart isn't a destination. It's a daily walk, a continuous chase. There are days of faith and days of doubt, and that's okay. The Bible is full of imperfect people whom God used in mighty ways. Your story, with all its detours, can still be a beautiful song in God's symphony. Robert's life didn't become perfect, but he no longer faced struggles alone. He found rhythm in community and purpose in serving others. Chasing God's heart is about small daily choices: kindness, service, forgiveness, and hope. If you feel lost, remember, you are not disqualified. Your song isn't over. The chase is not over. It's just beginning.